Hey, alright, so today's journal entry, September the 1st, a little after lunch. We are currently having a weird down day. One thing is DXY has defied all logic and continues to race upwards. We've broken out of the fractal that we were following or loosely correlating to. So I don't think this fractal is going to be useful to us anymore unless we reform to it. Now, when you're looking at fractals again, always remember it's never an exact copy. It's an exact copy of something happened in the past, but it's not proving what's happening in forward thinking. So let me reset this here and let me get a hold of this stupid fractal. There we go. So now if I just push it over a little bit, we could have, very likely to have a pullback as it's happened before at another double top that occurred here in the green. So theoretically, could still be in the fractal, but it's a little out of correlation for my taste. So I'm going to take that and move it down here. I am going to show you something else with the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci trend. I like to take it after a breakout and a retrace. So we're technically coming up from the last all-time high into this current retrace, but I'm also noticing some correlating levels here between the two. So sometimes I like to keep an eye on that, but this has to come back down. If this keeps rocketing up, we're going to see a lot more value leave. Now something very curious here. BTC, we are maybe pulling away. I got it on the day chart. We may be pulling away from that C leg. We'll see how the end of the week goes. If we continue on a downward path and we don't reclaim 20K, we could be deviating from that C leg. This is something I wanted to take note of. One thing is always to check your bias. One thing that always comes to me is that the bias comes in and I'm always expecting it to go back up because I'm always looking at the Fibonacci's in a positive note. Here, I've taken a Fibonacci and over the recent LTC BTC flag, the pennant flag that's been forming here, which I'm not sure it's bull. I think it might still be about to roll off this table. We see this pennant flag forming with this triangle here. Coming up from the breakout, and then going across. What I like to do when I'm drawing my geometry is I like to keep it at least an even amount, or try to stay as even as possible for red and green where the line goes through. So for instance, this top line here, I'm going through the wicks and I've caught up to one body here and I'm cutting the body on this last one to see if this is really the breakout. We'll know if this is a breakout if this stays even and goes up from actually not a circle, a line. And if it stays here, for instance, if it closes now at its price and it remains bullish tomorrow on the daytime, the very conservative trade would be to then wait for tomorrow's close on this day, because all of the gas could be out of the rally for now. Anyways, let me delete that. Okay, now getting back to my Fibonacci trends. Always check your bias. So coming from this breakout here, drawing up to the current high. Not necessarily closing on the wick, but I like to close on the body because it helps at least it helps keep my my drawings tighter, and that's already difficult to read, but I like it this way. So leave that there, and lo and behold, we see dojis. There's a star, some breaking here. See these lines forming close to these Fibonacci levels, especially this on this breakout attempt. There's massive resistance here. 17th of July, pushing back, another retest, another retest. We've been constantly retesting this 26.7 002674090 level here, and in fact, that's where we've set our base for today's candle. So, again, I'm showing you that I'm doing a reverse Fibonacci to get rid of my own bias, because generally I'm thinking, oh, there's floors that are keeping things from dropping, so it's always going to be pushing back up. Well, this is taking a look at ceiling resistance at that point. So and looking at it, there's also bullish news on LTC Litecoin right now that there's more addresses than Ethereum. It's flipping Ethereum addresses. So there's more holders in theory. There's more people participating in it, and who knows? But basically, it's just a lighter version of Bitcoin. So take that what you will. Looking back here, let's take a look at the overview. We are sub $1 trillion in market cap for the whole market, which is you keep seeing billions leaving Binance. And that looks like it's a direct effect there. Volume is down, as well as Bitcoin dominance. Clicking over here on the log, I think our bottom could be in, but we're going to have a long road to hoe to get out of there. Liquidity's looking okay. Seems about average today. Individual dominance. Got a little market cap breakdown. Let's take a look at my favorites, because why not? Not much in the 1 hours. Of course, we've got kind of like a washing machine day, it looks like. So looks like all the price action got taken out this morning. All right, I had one more. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sometimes what I like to do is any topic that I'm researching. For instance, cannabis is a topic outside of crypto that I research. I'm a trained lawyer, so I've done some research on regulatory and policy for these things in prior jobs of mine. So I like to use as much free things as possible because I'm not made of money. So Google Scholar, I like to use it for case law, and really case law, especially if you're a lawyer, and understand is that this is generally, these are what other courts have opined or come down to a decision on set of a certain facts on an issue. So, for instance, but crypto SEC, let's see. For instance, there's some, where is that one? Somebody, now sometimes this is late to get on, but this is generally, if it's available, if Google can get a spider on it, it's going to get put up into here. For instance, there's all these old polychain ones. Yeah. Regardless. So, sometimes you can get off of that, and what was it, court listener? Actually, not Ripple. statistic. Clear all, because we only need the Southern District of New York, because that's where the case is. I learn something new every day. And sort by newest cases first. Alright, see. Stake.com. Matter of tax liabilities, John Doe. Ripple Foods, that's not the same one. Hwang, that is the, I think that is the guy out of Coinbase that is getting hit for insider trading, front-running NFT sales. And this is a recent one, Freeman v. Stake, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yes. This is a case in which the owners of Stake.com, which is a Bitcoin-centric gambling site, two of the original developers of the underlying technology essentially took this Freeman kid for a ride and totally manipulated him. From the allegations, allegedly, I'm not pushing any opinion. This is simply my opinion. This is not a fact. This is not a fact. Okay, done. Anyways, it's an interesting case, and I think there's going to be a lot of these things that come around because there's a lot of goodwill in the development community. But you always got to remember rule number one: always get paid. And so, with that. Always get paid. And SWWS.